everyone. It is wonderful to see so many people from all around the world joining us today, and as I'm talking, more and more people are piling into the room, and of course the reason that we've got so many people with us joining us today and why there's so much excitement and buzz in the room is because we've got a very, very special presentation today, and I will be introducing to you in a moment our very special guest. But before I do that, what I wanted to do, by the way, my name is Stephen Wright, for those of you who have not heard me speak before, and I'm talking to you from my home office in Melbourne, Australia. And I'll be your host for today's presentation, and it's really my privilege to be given this honour to be the host and introduce our very special guest. But what I'd like to do for all of you to set up today's meetings so that all of us can get the most power from today's meeting and get the most benefit from this time that you're spending with us. As we all know, today's meeting is about viewing some very, very special features of Homepage Page 2.0. Now, all of us have heard about Homepage Page 2.0, and we're very excited about when it's going to be released. And no doubt, as you're watching this presentation and David is taking you through and sharing a powerful message with you and sharing some of those special features that have never been seen before, you're going to be some of the first people in the world to see it. Think about that. Think about the magnitude of that. Now, as that's happening, there's no doubt that your mind's going to be racing. And one of the questions that you will probably be asking yourself is, when will 2.0 be released? When will smart media activate the pay-per-click income streams and the virtual goods income streams? Now, they are very important questions. And all I want you to do is add 3 words to that question. So as you're watching this and you're thinking about it, what I'm suggesting that you do so that you get the best value from this presentation today and your time that you're giving up is to ask yourself, what will happen when Homepage Page 2.0 is released and smart media activates the pay-per-click income streams? What will happen? Just those 3 words. And when you do that, I promise you, it's amazing what happens, because I've been doing it now for the last couple of days, and it is absolutely amazing, because when you add those 3 words to that question, you just start to get a phenomenal picture. For example, if you ask yourself that question, what will happen when Homepage Page 2.0 is released and smart media games are available? My answer, which I know with a certainty, now I'm not saying you'll have this same feeling, but I'll share what happened for me in the hope that it helps you. You see, when I think about that, I know for a certainty that everyone out there who plays games online will want to be playing smart media games. Now, how do I know that? Well, firstly, I have to tell you that I don't play games online. I'm not a gamer, so it's not my... However, I get out there, and some of the members who I've been working with, they're out there talking to people who do play games. And they're asking people, what would they like? Would they like to play a game where they could click on an object in a prize and win a laptop computer or a Nintendo or a cash prize? And those people who play games get really excited about that, because there's no other games company in the world that's doing that. And then what about all the people who don't play games but would like to win prizes? Well, then all of them are going to go out when the smart media games are available and tell everyone they know who plays games so they can win a matching prize. That's a world first. No other company's ever done it, but smart media's doing it. So everyone who plays games is going to want to be playing the smart media games when 2.0 is released. Does that make sense? What about the social networking features? So think about it. And you're going to see some very special features today that David's going to demonstrate. Now, everyone who uses the social networks is going to want to join our social community, because There's no other social network or social community where you can be rewarded with smart points while you're using the internet on that internet activity of the social network. That's what our free members will get. And then there's no other social network where you can get paid to help them expand their network. And then while other people are using that social network, you're earning from the sharing of the advertising revenue as a paid representative member. So when you ask yourself the question, what will happen when it's released, that's the answer I get. What about the digital advertising? You know, Facebook and Google have proven that digital advertising is big business. There's no question about that. We all know that. You know, the youngest billionaire in the world today is Mark Zuckerberg, the co-founder of Facebook. So it's big business, and then all of those people who are on Google and LinkedIn and Pinterest and Facebook and using digital forms of advertising to promote themselves and to brand themselves and to promote other products and services and companies, all of those people are going to want to buy Smart Media's digital branding packages and Smart Media's pay-per-click advertising. There's no doubt about that when 2.0 is released. That's a certainty in my mind. I don't know if this is making any sense to you. So if you think about that, everyone who uses the internet is going to want to become a member of Homepage Pays. Why? Because we will be the only social community where you can earn Smart Point rewards as a free member just by using the internet through the Homepage Pays system that works on any computer and any browser. And then think about the reward point programs. No other reward point program where you can earn reward points and you never spend any money. So if you can see all of that and that makes sense to you, I don't know if it does or not, but it certainly, as you can tell, it's got me excited. So if all of that makes sense and then you ask yourself that question, then the bigger question then comes from that is, how much of that market share do you want? You see, right now, it is such an important time in Smart Media's history. This time will never come again. Never, ever come again. And for me personally, when I ask myself that question, I say, I want to go out and tell everyone I know about this. It doesn't matter whether they join now as a free member or they join as a paid member. What matters to me is that I'm the one who gives them the Smart Media magazine, that I'm the one that gives them my Go Smart Media website. And then I let them decide, and the decision they can make is, oh yeah, well when it comes and I see it, then I'll believe it. And a lot of people will be like that, and that's okay. Others will say, well, I'll join as a free member, or I'll even join as a paid member and take a position, but I'm not going to tell anyone until 2.0 is released, and that's their choice. That's okay. But then I'm teaming up, and I'm already doing it. Of course, I know there's many of you in the room here today who have all teamed up with the people who say, I want to go out and get the biggest part of that market share I can. You see, in this time right now, between now, every moment between now and when 2.0 is released, fortunes will be made. You see, because think about it. You've got the opportunity now to go and share Homepage Pays with all of those people by giving away the Smart Media magazine and giving away your Go Smart Media website. And the more of those people you do it with, whether they join now or join later is not the point. The point is that they've got your magazine and your website. It's like your ticket. And when they are ready to join, and if you believe the first part, when 2.0 is released, they're all coming, then if they've got your ticket, they're going to join in your business. The other question is, what about the people that you don't get to, that you don't tell? You see, because you might know someone, but you don't know who they know. And so if you don't go and tell them about this now and give them the magazine, then they don't get the chance to talk to their people. And let's just say someone you know knows someone who is destined to become one of the biggest people in Smart Media and build a massive organisation. By you not taking action now and talking to all the people you know, you might miss out on that person or multiple people. Fortunes can be made and lost in this critical time between now and when Homepage Pays 2.0 is released. So for me, I just wanted to share that message so you can get the greatest value from this information you're going to hear today. Personally, if I was in your shoes, what I would be saying is, what will happen while David is demonstrating Homepage Pays 2.0 and sharing his message? If you're going to have anything going on in your mind, only have that question. What will happen when Homepage Pays 2.0 is released? And how much of that market share do I want when? Because this is going to go across the internet faster than any of you can imagine. What happened when you first heard about Facebook? Did you ever imagine it would be as big as it is today? That's where we're headed, friends. And now it is my great privilege and honor to introduce to you a man who has become a very personal friend of mine. I have never seen any man work as hard and is as passionate and as generous as what our founder and CEO is, Mr. David Martin. David is just, his work ethic is incredible. And when you're sitting listening to David, one thing you're going to hear is his passion and his generosity. And his passion for, you have to remember that smart media and Homepage Pays is David's baby. He's the gentleman. He's got a phenomenal team of people who work with him. However, David's the genius behind it. This is his little baby, and he's nurturing this little baby along. And what a phenomenal job he has already done, and what an incredible job he continues to do. So it's my great honor and privilege to introduce you to the founder and CEO of Smart Media, Mr. David Martin. Are you there, David?
I most certainly am, Stephen. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Can you hear me clearly?
We certainly can, David.
Okay, brilliant. In just a moment, I'm going to take the screen and start showing Homepage Pays 2.0. First, what I'd like to do, in fact, let me start doing that right now. I've got so much to share with you that I know that I won't have time to do it all. And one of the things I'd like to do because of that, and because we've got some other people that I'm very privileged to have on this webinar with you that are going to be speaking after me, that what they're saying is so important, it's my privilege to listen to them, and I'm also, while they're speaking, going to continue to demonstrate other new features within the Homepage Pays 2.0 system. Okay, so let me see if I can just switch the screen over to me. And Stephen, if you'd please let me know if this is working, if you can see my screen clearly.
Yes, we're seeing your screen, David.
Brilliant. Okay, so what you're looking at is Homepage Pays 2.0. And the first thing I need to say is not about Homepage Pays 2.0, but about people, but about leaders specifically. I've got to say thank you because, you know, you've got to have the right people in the company and the right leadership. And what I have seen with the leadership that we have today and people who have even been in this company for a few years now, with the incredible technology that we've released before, with the incredible track record that we have, these are people that care so much about others. They have passion in their hearts, and they have proven, not only in their lives, even before they joined Homepage Pays, that they could make a lot of money for themselves, but also, more importantly, that they could help others to start reaching their lifestyle goals because they care that passionately. Now, I'd also like to say that we have got webinars, and I can't even, if I started talking about some of these leaders and naming them, I could go on for a long, long time. So let's just say that we've got webinars right now going 7 days a week, around the clock, from numerous fantastic groups. And we've also have webinars now in 4 different languages: English, Spanish, Filipino, and even Japanese. That is how quickly homepage pays is already spreading. So with that, I'm going to get right to the core. I want you to ask yourself, have you ever noticed that some people in technology companies are making huge sums of money, and Stephen mentioned one of them, the youngest billionaire in the world, but most people around the world seem to be fighting just to make ends meet. Now, I do want to say there is a lot of great technology that average people are getting for free from these core internet technology companies. However, average people have never had the chance to tap in to these trends in order to build their own financial futures and the lifestyles that they dream about. And basically, everyone wants to know how you can ride the wave of profits on the back of the largest trend that has ever existed in human history. How can you easily use this trend without any technical knowledge required on your part in order to easily better your life and the lifestyles of those around you? Now we're really getting to the heart of what smart media is all about. This is exactly what smart media has been designed to do, and to make the world a better place at the same time. What if you could increase the size of your bank account and truly make a difference in the world at the same time? This is not an easy task. Now, smart media has spent millions of dollars before we even launched about 4 years ago. And we have a golden track record of payments, of all sorts of things that you can look at, of technology that is mind-blowing. And now we're about to release, we're right on the cusp of releasing our most important product ever. To accomplish everything that I've spoken about, to truly change people's lives and to change the world, I believe that a company must be an internet technology company, because it must be extremely innovative, it must be solid and stable, and it must be dedicated to making the world a better place. Or what's the point? So I'm going to talk to you about how we're making this possible. And to do this the right way, I'm going to start with the fundamentals. What is the biggest trend in human history? Now, I passionately believe that the biggest trend in human history is the Internet. And the biggest trends on the Internet are unquestionably social networking and games. All the statistics absolutely prove that. Now, no other company in the world combines those trends like smart media does. Smart media is creating the world's only cause-based social network. Now, we're actually beyond the social network in certain ways with certain technologies that we already have in place. With Homepage Pays 1.0, there's certain things that you don't find on any social network in the world. We're not talking about technology that will be released. We're talking about technology that has been released. If you've taken a look at Smart Media Magazine, if you've seen articles like the 1 to 1001 article, where we talk about how someone is told one person took off as a free member of Homepage Pays 1.0, which is already released, by the way, since the 31st of January 2012. They turned into more than 1,000 members, and more than, the story goes on, beyond what's in the magazine, to more than 3,500 members today. Okay? The ultimate list building, the ultimate relationship building system in many ways, because no other system has done that, and Homepage Pays 2.0 builds upon all of that to go way beyond, as a quantum leap beyond Homepage Pays 1.0. But I want to bring us back to that point for a moment. This is not a company with just a big idea. This is a company with a proven track record of technology and a proven track record in all the other ways that you would want a stable and innovative company to have. Now, the key trends again, social networking and games. So we're creating the only cause-based social network in the world, and it's designed to join others together in a unique social network that is dedicated to making the world a better place. And I've got to say, very important point in regards to company stability, that Smart Media Designs creates and owns 100% of its innovative cloud-based technologies. All of the technology that you see with Homepage Pays, from the members back office to everything that I'm going to show you today. This is our own team of programmers that are located in our large office in Europe. Okay, and we have had 22 programmers and designers working on this project for quite some time, and over the last 12 to 14 months we hired about 40 more programmers to head up our Smart Media Games division and all, which is all part of an incredible system that you don't even need to know how it all works. You don't need to know the technology behind it any more than you need to know all the technology behind and within your vehicle. Okay? You turn the key, the engine starts for you, and you start driving from point A to point B. Same thing with Smart Media. It's actually, you don't need to understand the technology behind it. If you do, that's fine, that's great. I've got to say, some of the most successful people in Smart Media are very non-technical, untechnical people, even though they're people who also are our members who are technical geniuses, and they're blown away by what we've created, and they have a whole new respect of the sort of money and time that needs to be spent and has been spent in order to create all of this. Now, beyond all that I've said before, another core concept that I want you to understand about Homepage Pays 2.0 is that it is designed to be the next generation networking hub. Communication is so incredibly important, but I'll say it again, the next generation networking hub, unlike most of the largest social networks in the world today, Smart Media creates everything that you see, including its own games. I'll say that again. The largest social networks on earth right now, companies that came out of nowhere just a few years ago and are now worth billions and billions and billions of dollars, and their creators are worth the same amounts, guess what? They are actually not creating and not designing the games that you see on the site, okay, on their sites. Because we're able to do amazing innovative things with our games that no other company is doing, and that includes the amazing matching prizes that we've got with Discovery Adventure, for example, which we're going to be releasing some special information about within our company updates here very shortly as well. So because of those, and the way that works, by the way, I might as well say, it's a hidden objects game, which is incredibly fun. These are incredibly popular all across the internet, and the point is that when you play it and you find these secret items within Discovery Adventure, guess what? If you find, for example, $100 that's going to be there at certain times, certain parts of the day, randomly, then you actually win a real $100, and that's a matching prize, so the person who referred that person to smart media, even let's say that there's a free member and they click on the $100, that free member wins $100, okay? And the person who referred them to smart media also wins the $100. Can you imagine how incredibly viral that is, everyone telling everyone about this system? They've got to become a member. Now, the social network will also include smart media's exclusive cause-based entertainment and educational games. Okay? So basically, think of a game like Farmville or something, but instead of copying that game, we create a game that has the attractiveness of that sort of game, but it's really dedicated to making the world a better place. And here, under the smart media educational games, you can see Memory Lane is a memory learning game. We've got Expedition English, which is actually a language learning game. Companies have been founded, successful companies have been founded just on teaching people languages like English, Spanish, German, and so on in incredibly fun ways. Expedition English, as the title suggests, is going to be an English learning game that's incredibly popular for so many people around the world. And then we're coming out with Expedition Spanish after that, and we've already planned for 2 other languages there as well. And the Number Muncher is your maths game where addition, subtraction, all the different things that you'd want to know. That is fantastic, obviously, for children. I'm going to show some demonstrations of some of these games working live today. And some of you might notice that we've also got the new Bubble King game, which I could also play for you here if I remember to do it or if I have time. So besides the concept, besides all of these different things which I'm going to get into on the demonstration in a moment, I do want to mention that another primary concept of Homepage Pays is safety and security. The safety and security of the smart media social network is unparalleled on the internet. Okay, users and members want a social network that is fun and safe and family friendly, and smart media provides all of that. So with Homepage Pays, we're building the ultimate networking hub on the internet. And I've got to say, you know, the Roman civilization, when they were in their prime, and they ruled most of the world, for better or worse, because they did certain things right. And one of the things they did architecturally is that all roads led to Rome. And with Homepage Pays, with Smart Media's Homepage Pays, all roads lead to Homepage Pays in so many different ways. For people who love to play the games, there it is. For people who want the family-friendly environment, there it is. For people who want the best of educational games, there it is. For the people who want to win prizes, there it is. For the people who want to network with others on a whole new level that most social networks don't even allow them to do, there it is. For the people who want to avail themselves to the best things on the internet, the top news stories, top sites, top videos, top recipes, sports news, all these different kinds of things, and so many other things that we're adding. The point is that smart media is there to superpower the existing internet. So that's another core thing it does. So the concept is, and I'm going to get right into the demonstration here in a moment, but the concept is that whoever they are, wherever they are, whatever age group they are, whatever their interests are, smart media is going to have something there that is going to be absolutely critical for them. And talking about networking, and that also has to do with anyone who has a home-based business, anyone who's an entrepreneur, anyone who cares about money at all whatever they're doing to make money on the internet, smart media is designed, homepage pays is designed to be the next generation networking hub. So when they talk about it, when they communicate, when they find people, when they collaborate, when they do all these different things, because of the incredible array of communication tools and cloud-based networking tools that we're giving, this is going to be the place where they do it. And the core concepts are also what I call Smart Chirp, which you're seeing over here. Okay, Smart Mail, Smart Chat, Smart Discussions, and then all of these are actually audio and video enabled. So, in fact, let me show a demonstration of that right now, and I might as well get right into the demonstration section of a lot of this. So here we are with Smart Chirps. Now, this is a live system that is, I've got to say, what you're seeing now, the reason I can demonstrate this to you is because Homepage Pays 2.0 is about 98% complete. Okay, so obviously the reason I can demonstrate all this to you is because it's working now. And Stephen and Carol have shown other demonstrations, and I've shown other demonstrations in the past of the Smart Chat working, and different people communicating in all sorts of ways. So what I'm going to show you now, I'm going to focus on some of the things that I haven't shown as much before in the past. Okay, so by the way, this is the Smart Chat right there, where you can, it's a global chat system, you can chat with a whole group of people, and again, all of this works with our incredible avatar system and other things like that, which I'll get to in a moment. Let's go right into the Smart Chirp section. So what I'm going to show you here, this is a zoom in on the chirps, and you can actually see that these are all video and image enabled. Okay, so it's not the sort of, it's not just the sort of, let's just say that in certain ways, there are ways that we're going beyond a lot of what's out there. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to this page, and from this page, I'm going to show you a demonstration of simply clicking on any image that we have, and I'm going to show uploading images. There's a gentleman, one of our members that we have here in the States, with Smart Media Magazine, one of the netbook computers that he won, and the point is I'm able to access that image, and there can be all your friends can be chatting and chirping together right here. So whatever they write, there it instantly is. It's a real-time system. And then when you click on one part of it, there's the actual image. And the same thing goes with the videos. What I'm going to show you, though, is an actual zoom-in to the system. And I'm going to click on one of these videos right there. And I've got to say, let me turn the volume down because I'm hearing this at the same time. Obviously, you're not going to hear the audio because you're listening through GoToWebinar, and the audio is not piped through that. Here's a great man, a great musician, Jean-Michel Jarre. This video is uploaded, as you will see in a moment, to the actual Smart Media video system. So just like you've heard of YouTube and these other systems like that, Smart Media also has its own video system, but then we also tie into YouTube and these other sorts of systems, which I'll show you in a moment. So let me just add a comment here. This is great. I'm going to share that. In a few seconds you'll see it update. Didn't even take a few seconds. And so that's a comment. This could be from any of your people, and whatever their avatar picture is, you automatically see it there. But one of the things I'm going to do, I'm actually going to delete that message for a moment, and then I'm going to show you a live video upload. So as I click to upload video, and by the way, you can see the entire history of all your chats, unless you're deleting them. If you're deleting them, they're gone. We respect that, certainly. Then the upload video and upload photo icons. Okay, so the way this works, you can click to add files from your computer, and then you can scroll through the files on your computer. But we've also found an easier way. By the way, you can drag these kinds of boxes around. One of the things you'll notice, there's a lot of features that you'd only expect from desktop applications that you don't think could be done on the internet, and Smart Media is doing them right now. So one of the things I'm going to do here, I'm going to take one of these videos and just drag it there, and you can see this is a 19 megabyte video. You can see it's uploading right now, and that's it. That's all you had to do. Literally, again, you just go someplace like this, any place on your desktop, any place on your computer. You could be using a Macintosh, you could be using a Windows-based computer, you could be using a desktop, laptop, netbook, and we're testing this also with iPads and so on and so forth. Now, instantaneously, after uploading, it's searching for the best thumbnail within the image, and there it's found one. Okay, and then I can say whatever I want here, fantastic video to watch, and I click on share. I can also open this text box more if I want to say more, whatever. And then after I've clicked on share, it's instantly shared here. Okay, same thing with these photos. I can go to upload photo. Let's see. I know that I've got some good photos here, and so I'm just going to drag one over. And in a moment, we see the photo. Smart Media Magazine. Now, again, we've already shown in different webinars the real-time aspects of this system. I'm showing you real-time for me, but it's real-time for everyone. So Stephen and Carol and others who have access to this system right now, some of the people who have been sworn to secrecy, that's about to change in a big way, they're all seeing this in real time too, and they could actually comment on this. And you know, from any point, oh, what's this? You click on it, and there's the actual graphic. So incredibly powerful. Also, again, there's a lot of features here that I'm not even going to have time to demonstrate that are working right this moment, and some of them I've demonstrated in other webinars, but I just want to show you that in regards to the social updates section here, you're seeing, and this is an example of what's been happening in real time, where we've got these different people, these test users on the system, and they send different kinds of invitations. Some of them a friend invitation. This one, Christine, declined an invitation to be a friend and then changed her mind and became a friend. This person created a new avatar. This person is now a friend as well. This person accepted your invitation, so on and so forth. All these kinds of things are seen in real time on the social updates page, and this is even before I get to the new My Friends page, which has been updated beyond what people have seen before. It's incredible, and I know that I'm going to be getting ahead of myself if I show that right now. So let me go back for just a second. What else can I do here? There's a lot. Also, there's a lot of logic and programming and all of those kinds of things that we have put in to make sure that this is an extremely family-friendly environment. Okay, I want to upload this photo as well. This is one of the great presentations that we've had. This was, I believe, in South Africa. Fantastic live presentation that was going on there, and this was in fact at this at a major expo there, major expo in South Africa. So I'm going to share that as well. In a moment we'll see that appear. Fantastic, and there are all sorts of features to keep this safe and family friendly, and we have some concepts that have already been implemented that I'm going to have to bite my tongue on right now. I constantly have to do that on these webinars because there's so much I could reveal, but there are all sorts of concepts that, again, you're going to see them as you use the system, and no one else has these kinds of things. But part of them also have to do with security, family first, safe environment, privacy, security, all these kinds of things. So, and there's some innovative concepts that we have that we've implemented there. So again, let me start showing you the My Friends page. By the way, avatars is another section that we've shown before on webinars. We now have more than ever before. There are entire systems. Again, if you look at homepage pays, there's so much we're doing, but it's so simple. Not only is it so simple to use, it's so simple to tap in for the first time ever to the biggest trends in human history just by giving out Smart Media Magazine. If you haven't seen Smart Media Magazine, it's a gorgeous, full-color, 32 pages. The responses have been from around the world have been absolutely unbelievable. We have people in some parts of the world that are ordering 5,000 printed copies for free. Excuse me, not printed copies for free. Printed copies at once. Obviously, the physical copies cannot be free, but we have them printed all around the world right this moment, and we also have the version completely online digitally that is entirely free for all of our members as well. So everyone gets that. We can give out an infinite number of them. But there are entire systems that are founded just on one concept, like avatars, and they are actually doing quite well. There's an avatar system that, now this is a biased opinion, I must warn you, but I believe that our avatars are better and much more enjoyable to use than theirs, and some people who have been our beta testers certainly agree with that. But they have more than 3.5 million members, and they're very successful. Financially, just because of the system that they've put into place with that theme. That's probably not even 1/10, not even 1/5. It's almost nothing compared to what we've programmed and already have in our system already. Okay, so I can save this avatar. It instantly becomes my avatar that everyone is seeing on the system. Everything is updated to that then. And one of the things that you're going to notice as well, let me do this under the My Avatar section here. I mean, we could go on and on, but they're definitely, we've got more avatars than we have ever before. And there are certain things that we're doing with this that also tie very directly into this being the ultimate networking hub. And yes, people will certainly, members will certainly be able to upload one or more pictures of their photo here as well. So that's going to be incredibly easy also. They can do whatever they like with that, but there are certain core values that we've integrated here that, again, no one else, no other social network has. So I'm going to go to, by the way, you can manage your top friends. Just put your mouse over, and it's really easy to chat with, to go to all the different communication methods with anyone right there. I'd like to show the new My Friends system here as well. And you'll notice that there are golden crowns above some of these. Just so you know what those are, those actually designate that these people, these 4 people right there, those are actually part of your top friends. So as you make other people your top friends, then instantaneously they get the golden crown as well, and you can let them into in fact, there's a lot that I want to point out on this page here very quickly. Notice how it says people you know, and it talks about how there's mutual friendships there, and the ability to add them as friends. But the mutual friendship concepts is very important. Don't be fooled by these fun little icons. This system is incredibly deep as far as its capabilities as a global networking hub. In fact, to show you the advanced screen here for just a moment, look at this for a moment, look at the relationships. This allows the search of all homepage page members or first level relationships to use, second or third level relationships, and everywhere else. The country that they're located in and other things about them too. And of course, we are giving all of these features and capabilities while also maintaining people's privacy, people's security as much as they like. So it's not like someone could just use this system and get a whole database of people for anything that is when those people don't want that to happen. This is a good screen right here. Again, I don't even have time to go into all of the capabilities of this system, but I can say that beyond everything else, this is, and I bring you back to this point, all roads, just like all roads with the biggest empire, one of the biggest empires in ancient history that the world knew, all roads led to Rome with all the different trades, with all the different merchants, and in the same way with all the different people in the modern world, all roads lead to homepage page. So just a few other things I want to quickly demonstrate. Actually, there are a lot of different things I want to demonstrate to you, but I know that I only have time to demonstrate a few other things. One core concept that is critical to your understanding of homepage page is that this is designed to be your homepage page. Okay, so under Fantastic Videos, for example, when as a paid member, the videos that you upload, now these are some movie trailers right now that we've got. I'm just going to turn the volume down on this. So here we have some all sorts of action movies, gladiators, so on and so forth, and some other movie about the future. Here's a cute kitty video. Don't think of a cute kitty video. Think of whatever videos you want. Okay, so whatever videos are important to you and important for you to have others see, those are the videos that you can put there, and then by default, all the free members that you bring, when you bring, let's say that you are a paid member and you bring 10 free members to this system and they're excited about Discovery Adventure and all these other ways to win prizes, so they're telling as many free members as they can, okay, and that grows to 100 free members and 1,000 and 10,000 free members all under you. Guess what? All of them are seeing your homepage page. So we make you the hero. We make you look incredible because you're able to give away so much value to people, and yet it's your homepage page, so you're not just giving away value, it makes you look like the hero, and they are seeing what you want them to see, okay, under my videos. Now, some of the most famous shows and all sorts of other things are also available. There's video after family-friendly video, educational, fun in numerous ways. You can see shows, film and animation, vehicles, music, pets and animals, sports, entertainment, news, education, science. It just goes on, and it's pages and pages of the best videos out there. But under my videos, whose videos are they? They're your videos. This is one of the features that paid members also have with this system. So there's so much that can be done with this system, and if you want to make it just incredibly easy, it's as simple as joining Smart Media, getting all these features, but simply giving out Homepage Page Magazine. There's nothing to explain. There's no technology that you need to understand except to be able to turn on a computer and click a mouse. You don't need to understand all these features or how this works, or you'll enjoy it in time. It'll get better and better for you the more you use it. But the point is, today, Smart Media Magazine, give it out. There's your success, and you can have this lifestyle that you've been dreaming of, like so many people and so many stories and so many people that you'll hear from around the world. Okay, our games, I promised that I would demonstrate a few of them. I'll do this very quickly. This is the Space Treasures game, which is one of those fun matchup games. Wish you could hear the sound effects. They're great. But in any case, this is actually the first game that we came out with here. And so you're simply matching up these things. And notice that I'm talking and playing the game at the same time, which admittedly is a bit of a challenge and so on. So I could get past the first level to the second, third, and all the way as far as I can go. The Ultra Spaceball, now there's a lot of fun competitiveness that we're doing with the games that also enhance the whole social aspect of this. The Ultra Spaceball game, which is incredibly fun to play, and again has certain exclusive features that none of the other games like it have. So I'm just going to be how to play section. I'll start it on hard. We'll get the ball rolling, and I really don't have time to play this much. In fact, I'm going to stop in a few seconds. I gave a much longer demonstration of this, going to many other levels in the last presentation that I did here, and there are all sorts of other enemies and features and all sorts of other bonuses and fun things that start happening as you progress. But again, as I said, I did that the last time. Don't have time to do it today. I need to start going much more quickly here. I really want to go back to the your homepage page concept. We have okay, first of all, I'm just going to tell you your homepage page, the My Top Sites section, which I'll show you more of as other people are talking, and this is special and exclusive too. But these are going to be your top sites that you want all your free members to see. Okay, the favorite videos, I've gone over that. Obviously, this is the ultimate way to connect and communicate with people in a fun way. This could be your avatar, this could be your photo, whatever. This is under the Smart Chirp section. It's easy to do chirps from here. Again, you've got the upload photo, video, recent history, and so much more. Other people can like what you've done, which is a special like button. But I'd like to hone in on one of the primary concepts here, and this also brings me back to Smart Media Games. By the way, there's going to be, and there already are some other key ways that you are customizing homepage pays so that members, all your free members, will see what you want them to see, and all the other value that we as a company have spent so many millions of dollars and so many years building. As you give that away for free, it makes you look great, but it's still, so they stay for all that great value, but they see what you want them to see, which is a very important point there as well. Completely unique feature in the industry, and I haven't even gotten into all the different ways that we are helping through this system to promote COSBA, the best not-for-profit organizations in the world, and make the world a better place, which I could easily spend an entire webinar on. But again, just like your vehicle, there's so much that's happening, it would boggle your mind. You wouldn't be able to physically watch it all at once, but yet you get in, you close the door, you turn the key, and there it is, that turnkey solution for you that allows you to get from point A to point B. And with something like Homepage Pays, no driving lessons required. Again, giving out Smart Media Magazine, this has been proven by the most non-technical people around the world who simply grasp the vision of riding the wave of the most, with a proven company, proven track record, innovative technology, owns everything, and the biggest trend in human history, riding that wave simply by giving out Smart Media Magazine and following the incredibly simple training that we automatically give you. So let me go back to the concept of your smart media. I've got one more thing to say about it here. With Smart Media Games, we are doing a very special promotion right now on our first 3 games, and this will only happen once like this. So what's happening is that, and again, you can see the members back office, there's a special announcement about it, that you will actually receive specific recognition within those games. Now, this brings about an incredibly important point, and I'll start it with what I call the Disneyland example. Imagine Homepage Pays is like Disneyland in the sense that there's so much that's beautiful, that's fun about it, so many things that you want to do that are for entertainment and enjoyment, family-friendly, all of this. Okay? Now imagine if there was a golden plaque that was there for all the different, for the people who were part of that Disneyland community that actually made the magic, what's known as the Magic Kingdom, actually happen. All the people who contributed to it, they received special recognition. So as you went to those rides that we all know and love, the Magic Mountain and all the rest, you'd see these plaques, but golden plaques by each one of them that would actually list the names of the people that were the key people who made it all happen. Now, we are doing that for real right now with Smart Media. I've introduced the concept of massive recognition for all the members of the community who are building the system together with us. Okay? This is core. This is core to everything that we're talking about. This is not just Smart Media building the Homepage Pays 2.0 platform. This is all of our members and Smart Media as part of that community. And as part of that community, because every product purchase that happens, all of these kinds of things, I'm now prepared to give a special announcement. There's, in fact, no, I should bite my tongue again and wait for the company announcement, but there's a company announcement about a generous amount of money. Well, again, I should bite my tongue, but let's just say that there are some very special things that smart media is doing to make the world a better place this October and November, now that we are going to be revealing in some company updates. And it's already happening, and that is because of our community. So we are recognizing you, and we are thanking the community. And we're also saying something else. We're saying that the people homepage pays will be released to all free members at the same time. Now, there's going to be a very special announcement on how homepage pays is going to be released. And as I said, it's already been released to some people who so far have been sworn to secrecy, although that's going to change in a very big way very soon, where they'll be the opposite of secret about. They'll tell you exactly how they feel after using the system, and we're expanding that group of people. But the people that we are releasing this to, smart media is a meritocracy, and you can look that word up on Wikipedia or whatever. I know there are a lot of people who are from different parts of the world where English is not their first language, but the point about a meritocracy is that unlike many parts of the real world where we get bogged down with money and power trips and bureaucracy and all sorts of special treatment for certain people, with homepage pays and smart media, the community is building, is those who are doing, smart media is doing the most for those who are building the community the most and doing the most for others. And that's going to impact a lot of things. So I said, Smart Media Homepage Pays 2.0 is going to be released for free members at the same time for everyone. But some people's homepage pays is going to look better than others in ways of recognition for what they have done today. Smart Media is building, and as you can see, about 98% complete, Homepage Pays 2.0 today. The members of our community are building and spreading the word of Homepage Pays all around the world and helping people around the world in so many ways today, and those people will get the special recognition that they deserve, which both free members and paid members are going to love to see. And we've made it so that anyone and everyone can achieve those goals. So in a world oversaturated with so many fiercely competing Me Too products, we have created the system. We are the only company in the world today that is not only creating the system to allow you to ride the wave of the biggest trend in human history, but in addition to that, has made this realistic with all the money, the time, the free stuff, the stuff that makes you look incredible to other people, makes you look like a hero, like a champion in front of your friends, and all the ways that you can make Homepage Pays your own. No one else is doing that, and now is the time. And history has proven unquestionably that if you look at the best technology companies in the world, especially whether it's your Google, your Facebook, your Microsoft, your Apple, and other types of companies as well, even companies like Pixar Animation that does Toy Story and all the rest, the best time to be part of a company was right before they released something absolutely tremendous. Unquestionably so. If you look back through history, I could give example after example after example. The Microsoft millionaires, and I'm not making any income claims for any person of what they're going to do, and certainly for some people that's completely unrealistic. For other people, they'd absolutely expect it, and with their track record, with of what they've done in their lives before, it's not surprising that they should expect it, especially with what we have today. And what they expect, I'm talking about, is to do certain things with their lifestyle that and to do certain things, well, again, I'm going to bite my tongue here, but what I'm saying is it's completely dependent on the person, and you've got to treat it very seriously, even though there's so much fun, as something that you have true, pure dedication to in your heart, and the rewards are absolutely vast for that. So quite honestly, there are 3 steps to catching a technology wave and to truly changing your lifestyle once and for all, because I know that there's so many people that they feel like they're on a treadmill, and that treadmill is going backwards, and if they're not walking at a particular pace, then they're not going fast enough to even just have maintenance in their life, and they're wondering how can they start blessing the world and blessing their own lives. And one of the key core concepts of smart media is helping to save the middle class in many countries around the world. We're not going to do that all by ourselves, and we're not going to succeed in saving all of the middle class. That's completely unrealistic. But saving and really making a huge difference in so many parts of the world, yes, that will happen, and we know that because it already is. Okay? And you'll hear from people who can speak about that even much better than I can. And I had tears in my eyes as I was listening to some of that on the last webinar that I did, especially with Ricky and his team, as so many people had the same reaction. So the 3 keys to truly making that difference is, number 1, being in the right place at the right time. And if you do that, and if you're just there, that's not enough. And that alone you won't be able to succeed with. You've got to have all 3 of these points. Number 1, being in the right place at the right time. Number 2, knowing that you are there. And number 3, critically doing something about it. Well, you have your chance to get ahead of the game. Okay, so what can you do today to make this your homepage page, your vehicle for the future that you want? Number 1, build your business before Homepage Page 2.0 is released. Smart Media already has the track record with Homepage Page 1.0. We've already got, in so many ways, the best free member program on the internet we have for almost a year. This is a quantum leap beyond that, okay? But before Homepage Page 2.0 is released, before, the momentum will cascade like a tidal wave when it is released. Participate in the Smart Media Games promotion. It makes you look great to all your members, your free members, your paid members, your free members who suddenly discover Smart Media Magazine and upgrade and make a product purchase to a paid member because they want to join you. Okay, all of those kinds of things. That, and again, there are some very special announcements that we're going to be releasing here. But to put it quite simply, anyone who doesn't know about this system right now or waits is losing. It's just that simple, and it's sad and disappointing, but I can't snap my fingers and make even 10% of the world population know about Homepage Page tomorrow, although there are a lot of incredible marketing efforts all around the world, so people are joining and getting the concept very quickly. Okay? 3, absorb and give the Smart Media Magazine away. There's never been a promotional tool as easier or effective to use, or a tool that makes you look as good. Okay? And why is Smart Media Magazine so important anyway? Because it truly defines what smart media is about. It is the ultimate promotional tool. In fact, as I've said, people from around the globe are using it right now to dramatically improve their lifestyle today. It's that simple. You're there in smart media, you've made the decision to join, you've joined, you're giving away Smart Media Magazine, that's it. That's all you have to do. At this point, there's a lot more of homepage pays that I could show you. There's a lot more, many more exciting things that I could say. But there are people out there that I'm privileged to really privileged to listen to, especially with the things that they're going to say. And while they say these things, I'm going to continue to demonstrate different parts of homepage pays. But right now, let's hear from some of them. Over to you, Stephen, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, David, and wow, you know, we've got a room full of people, and we certainly fantastic job, and we really do appreciate you taking so much time to do the job that you've done and to be here. We really appreciate it. And friends, as I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, I can only hope that each and every one of you were asking yourself that question: what will happen when Homepage Pays 2.0 is released? I think it's pretty simple. David did just such a phenomenal job. You know, it's pretty simple. If you're really looking at this, you know, it's not rocket science. This system has been put together. There's no other system in the world like what smart media has done. You know, we could go into all those parts, and David covered so many brilliant parts of it. And the fact remains that we will become one of the largest, if not the largest, global social community in the internet world, and giving every member of that community a tremendous opportunity to make a difference in their lives, their families' lives, their friends' lives, and make a difference in people's lives all around the world, just by being a member of this social community. That's what you have a chance to do. And what you do with it, now David covered the magazine, for example. For me personally, and then I'm going to introduce you to some other leaders and members that we have in the room from all around the world, and you're quite welcome to stay as long as you like. I would encourage all of you to stay here to listen to all of them, because they've all got some phenomenal stories to share. However, that will be your choice. But all I want to do is, just before I do that, is share with you what I believe your next step is. If it makes sense to you that you can see what's going to happen when we release 2.0, and you can see that the major parts of all of the complications of this are already here. They're already there. David's already shown you so many aspects of this system that is already in place. If you can see what's going to happen and how the major part of where we're going, then your next step is, if you haven't already done so, read the Smart Media Magazine. And if you already have, then listen to this system. This is the most powerful system that I've ever seen. As you're reading the Smart Media Magazine, take a mental note and jot down the title of each article that you're reading. Jot down the page number, and then as you're reading that, or when you finish each article, write down every person you can think of that can benefit and get value from that particular article. And then if you've got that person's phone number, do that for every article in the magazine. What's going to happen is that is going to help you to build your confidence and belief in what we have here, if it's not already sky high. Secondly, it's going to help you to have a whole heap of people that you can then go and contact them by phone, call them up, and let them know that you were thinking of them when you were reading this great article and how they can benefit from that and how you want to send them a free copy of the magazine. Whether you give them the digital copy, the printed copy, or you give them a digital and a printed copy. That will be your choice. And do that with everyone you know. And then any questions they have, direct them to your Go Smart Media website and take them through the system and invite them to our webinars. That's how simple this business is, friends. We've already got people earning hundreds and thousands of dollars a week here. Can you do it? I've got no idea if you can do it. But it is so simple. This is been made so simple. So I certainly hope, to me personally, for those of you who haven't heard my story before, I've got close to 20 years experience in the network marketing industry. I've been fortunate to have friends all around the world, work with some of the biggest networkers in the world, be featured on the front cover of direct sales magazines, and earn millions of dollars in the industry. I never imagined it when I started many years ago on a part-time basis that I could ever have so much success and have so much fun. It's an incredible industry. But let me tell you, I give, on every webinar I do, I offer a $1,000 challenge. In other words, I'll put my money where my mouth is. In everything I've ever seen or done, in all of that success, I have never seen anything that comes close to smart media, that ticks all the boxes with smart media. And I'm willing to give anyone $1,000 cash if they can show me a company that can match what we've got, that can even come close. I'll give you $1,000 cash without any questions asked. But I do have to warn you, that's a genuine offer, by the way, but I do have to warn you this, that you'll probably, it'd be easier for you to make $1,000 with this program than it would be to collect that $1,000, because I don't believe there's a program out there. But I'm happy to be proven wrong if you want to do your research. And with that said and done, I want to introduce you to some of the wonderful leaders and members that we have in the room here today. And the first lady I want to introduce you to is a personal friend of mine. This lady has over 20 years experience in the network marketing industry. She's worked in the corporate side with companies. She's worked as a distributor. With one particular company, she became the #1 income earner in the world with that company. Imagine that. That's an incredible feat. And once you listen to this lady and you get to know her, you can understand how she was able to achieve that. You know, her work ethic is just incredible. And what she is, Carol, the lady I'm going to introduce you to, who lives in Sydney, Australia, what you'll know with Carol is that Carol understands that the harder you work, the luckier you get. And no one works harder than Carol from a leadership point of view in what's going on in this business. She has the fastest growing business in this company. Please welcome my good friend from Sydney, Australia, Carol. Are you there, Carol?
I am, Stephen. Thank you, and thank you for that wonderful welcome and all your words here. And David, that was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. Every time I listen to you, I pinch myself. What you are creating is just absolutely mind-boggling, and I hope everybody here understands, you know, what we've got here. Stephen has been offering that $1,000, I think, for about probably 2 months now. There's not one person who has even approached him yet to try and say, well, we've got something better. And I think his money is extremely safe. You also asked Stephen, can you do this to everybody in the room? And you didn't know if they could. Well, I'm telling you, yes, every single person in this room can do this. Whether you will do it or not is another thing, but you absolutely can do this, and you can set yourselves up for life and help so many people do the same. And just what I'm going to suggest is that, you know, a lot of people have the tendency not to take it seriously because it's so inexpensive to get involved. And you know, if you were out there buying a business or setting up a business or buying a franchise, it would cost you a fortune to get it set up, and you'd be borrowing money from the bank, and you'd be paying interest, and it would cost you a fortune ongoing, weekly, or paying staff or whatever. And you would be working like crazy. You'd never stop working, right? But with something like this, you know, it costs you a maximum of $400 to buy your branding package and $30 a month to keep it going and for the monthly subscription. And there's the tendency there to treat it like a hobby. Well, I'm saying now, do not treat it like a hobby, because there's far, far, far more income in this than anything you can possibly imagine, anything else that you can do. So work by all means. Do it with other things and use it to promote other businesses and so on. But remember that just treat this seriously, because there is very, very, very serious income in this for everybody. And all you have to do is give away the magazines, give away the magazines, give away the magazines. That is a powerful, powerful marketing tool. I have so many people coming back to me saying, Carol, this is amazing. This is so professional. They just absolutely love it. And it was a stroke of genius, David, I have to tell you, to suggest that we do a magazine, and thank you so much for that, because that is just genius. Thank you. And Stephen, I'll hand it back to you now.
Thank you very much, Carol. We really do appreciate you and everything you do in those words. And now let me just go over to another gentleman who, he got started with us when we were starting this company. Like Carol and myself, he was here right at the beginning, working closely with myself and Carol and David. And he's based in the United States. He's building a phenomenal business, works very closely with his team. You know, he has Skype chats and webinars and calls going on all the time. I know that he's got a dynamic group growing all around the world. Of course, I'm talking about Rick. Rick, are you available?
I'm here, Stephen. Can you hear me?
We sure can, Rick.
Well, thank you. Listen, I want to welcome everybody for attending this great webinar, David. Fantastic. You know, and I listened to a number of things you were sharing, and it's always a pleasure to have you come on and speak. And, you know, I got to thinking, yeah, we pretty much started at the same time, Stephen. And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, think of it this way. This is kind of to me, it's like a two-dimensional project. You get started, you're thinking about, you know, what you need to do for yourself, and you need to get qualified, and you need to give homepage pays away, and there's certain objectives you need to do, and then you get a few people in, and, you know, after a period of time, things begin to develop, and all of a sudden, your organization begins to grow, and people in your organization develop, they mature, and they start to grow, and there's a lot of satisfaction in your heart that you have when you see people growing, and they call you up, or I get a Skype, and I got my first $10 on a leadership matching bonus, and you know, that's really what it's about, is helping those people get empowered. And I'm going to make my what I have to say kind of short, you know, and it was some time ago that, David, I know you're sharing the screens, and keep it up. I see there's some pictures on there I recognize. And somebody asked me, Rick, what does smart media mean to you after, you know, a year from now or 2 years from now? And I told him, I said, you know, there's a show that I watched many years ago, and being in the music business for many years and having that talent, I listen, and I tend to hone in on different things and try to think outside the box. And I got to thinking about this question, and I called him back a couple days later, and I said, you know, smart media is like this. You first get in, you're excited, you start talking to people, and you get on the webinars and the conference calls, and you get involved and ingrained. And then one day, you realize that your business is in momentum. You realize that your income is at a point that maybe the mortgage payment's no longer an issue. And David, you spoke a lot about the middle class. And you know what? I challenge everybody on this webinar, go out there and share. Expose this program to people, because you never know whose life you're going to touch and in what way. And I was talking to this gentleman who's a friend of mine. I said, smart media is kind of like this to me. I said, do you remember that show from years ago called Schindler's List? He said, yeah. And I said, do you remember the last episode? And he goes, well, I'm not sure. And I said, remember when he took his ring off? And he said, had I sold that ring, how many lives could I have saved? And I talked to him and I said, you know, I'm not a martyr. But here's the way I see it. You know what? If you don't talk to that next person, if you procrastinate, you never know who you're going to be able to impact in a very positive way. And yeah, sometimes the phone calls start here at my home at 6 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'm up till midnight. But you know what? In closing on my part, and I'll turn it back to Stephen, it makes it all worth it when the phone rings and you get thank you. So Stephen, thank you. David, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Rick, and we really do appreciate you and everything you're doing there. Now, let's pop over to the Philippines now, and I want to introduce you to a couple of people in the Philippines. The first person I want to introduce you to is a lady who I'm hoping she's available. I've worked with her for many years, and this lady, you know, she's from New Zealand, as you'll hear with her accent, but she's in the Philippines at the moment. She's been doing a lot of work in Singapore, Malaysia. She's traveled to India, and she really is a remarkable person in her work ethic and what she does and how she cares for people. And she's got a phenomenal business that is growing. So please welcome my good friend Denise. Denise, are you there?
Thank you very much, Stephen, and thank you, David and Stephen, for the great webinar. It's very exciting to hear about everything that is going on behind the scenes, and that version 2 will be available soon. It was also very interesting to hear about, to hear David say about this being, you know, the world's big next generation networking hub. Because, you know, although I'm not into networking myself, as in social networking, many people are, and it's something that you hear about on a daily basis now. So, you know, it's very exciting to know about everything that is going on behind the scenes, and to see the business growing the way that it is. So, thank you, Stephen.
Very much, Denise, and safe travels for you as well, and thank you for everything you were doing. And now this gentleman is actually, he's based in the Philippines, he lives in the Philippines, he's a very successful businessman, and last time he spoke, you know, as David mentioned, there was tears in his eyes, and the comments that we had when he was talking about his vision for what smart media can do for himself and all the people within the Philippines. And I'm just going down and looking for Ricky now, and I'm just hoping that Ricky's available to just share a little bit about himself and his vision for smart media and for what it can mean to all the people within the Philippines. Are you there, Ricky? Are you there, Ricky? Okay, we might have a problem there with Ricky, so unfortunately we won't be able to hear. Hello? There you go. Yes, we can hear you, Ricky.
Hello. All right, I'm here. I'm here, Stephen. Can you hear me? Hello.
Can hear you, Ricky. What would you like to share with everyone?
All right. I'm not going to be as emotional as I was the first time around. I'd like to just share 3 simple things with people. But before I do that, I'd like to once again thank David for sharing this with us, his vision. And as I said the last time, it's amazing to me that we can have in one project the capability to truly, if not change the whole world, change a major part of it. And I'm not a tech guy. I'm like Stephen. I don't know. I know how to click a mouse and point, but when I see David playing around, so he's so agile that yeah, it will make the rest of the world. We can't compete with him. But the most important part of David, I think, is his humility. and you don't hear rah-rah-rahs, you don't hear big promises. He just works quietly and delivers, and my hat off to that. It is rare that we can see a CEO who is like that. And next to his humility is his generosity. I've worked with David on several projects. We have several programs that we're doing for the Philippines. And I have to confirm to everyone in the world that we indeed have a man with a big, big heart in David. And when I personally choose a company, that's what I look for. I look for humility and a big heart. And when we have those things, then as Steve Jobs said, we can think about changing the world, and we will actually do it. I'm not a tech man, but I'm a person who believes in people. I think more than the technology, it is the people that is behind smart media that will build this business. And I'd like to say a special thank you to Denise. We've been working here in the Philippines, and thank you, Denise, for helping all of us here. Though not many people know what you're doing, God sees it, so we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The second thing I wanted to share was I have been retired. I retired at age 39, Stephen, from one of the largest advertising companies in the world. And I've had the great privilege to be living life out of poverty, and I know what it means to be poor. I was a taxi driver a long time ago, and believe it or not, I was working as a janitor as well. And I've seen poor like most people have never seen poor. And I swore to myself that one day I would get out of that poverty. And by God's grace, I did. I was one of the few Filipinos who was able to land a good job and made it from there. But there are millions more of us here, and what I love about David and this company is that we have a heart that goes out to help other people. And there was a lady who helped me a long time ago, and she said, "How can I help you?" And she did not even know me. And to that lady I owe a lot of the fortunes that I now have. And I remembered her because she made me promise that if ever I succeed in life, that I would help other people who were not able to have the opportunity that I had. So after retirement, I went on various projects. I became an investor. I worked in network marketing. I've always succeeded, become #1 wherever I go by God's grace. And I have been retired for the past 5 years. And I really thank my friend Jenny for getting me out of retirement and showed me smart media. And there was nothing when we first began. There was no 2.0. In fact, there was no 1.0 before. But Jenny had a vision, and she's a good lady. And just like David, she shared a vision with me, and I'd like to share that with the world. We have added some things to the vision. The vision is very simple: to take a poor country like the Philippines, where people make money because people cheat just to make money. People are corrupt because there's not too much money. The vision to give them an option that you don't have to cheat, you don't have to be corrupt, that we can get ourselves and others out of poverty. And that's what I saw with smart media. So when people ask me, what's smart media? I say to them that smart media is truly a way to create genuine wealth. Many people call it a social network and so forth and so on. But I think for us here in the Philippines, my vision is smart media is truly a way where we can truly build genuine wealth. And we just got a lot of our commissions from smart media this week on a special program, and a lot of people on the Philippines are already earning a lot of money. And rather than focus on the $1 million earners and stuff like that, and there will be people who will be making that money. I'd like to just really thank David for being such a generous person, where if you could see the people that I work with here in the Philippines, where the people are really struggling. People in the Western world have little idea of the poverty that we have here. And I'm not even talking about the poverty that's where you have nothing, but poverty in the middle class, where you've got a house but you can't pay for it, where you've got children yet you want to go to school but you can't pay for the best schools, so you have to send them to somewhere where you don't really believe they can be educated. And then comes smart media, and you can have 5 videos just on arithmetic, just on addition, which might change somebody's life. It's really absolutely fantastic to hear and see people enjoy the educational program that we have. And the vision that we have here in the Philippines, as I grow my team, as the team works together, is to, within 5 years, we want to take the Philippines out of its label third world country, and we want to be a nation, a real nation, where people's average income is not $100 a month. And it's already happening. We can really see it happening with people. And Stephen, if you could just see the faces of the people who earn commissions here, it will just blow your mind. And we're looking forward to the day that you will come and actually see us. Denise is in Cebu right now, and I think she's seeing a lot of the things here in the Philippines that I'm talking about. So having said all of that, I leave you with parting words. Rick said he had a film called Schindler's List. The one that I like to be remembered by is an old film called Star Trek. Star Trek is the precursor of Star Wars, and Star Trek's slogan was to go beyond where no man has ever gone, to go beyond where no man or woman has ever gone. And I think with smart media, not only is there a lot of money here in this program, and I've been to a lot of programs, and I can see Jenny's vision here, my vision. We can take, not only change a few lives here and there, we can take an entire country and change it. And we're on the way. There are already many people here in the Philippines that are earning significant amounts of money from smart media. And we haven't even started. We don't even have 2.0. When David said, or Stephen said, imagine what will happen. I cannot even imagine it, Stephen. I cannot imagine how quickly this will grow. And I'm thankful to David for building 100 million days. And I think, David, we will surpass that. As you know, the Philippines is the only nation in the entire planet that has people everywhere. We have people everywhere in the world. And I know my team is listening right now. and we're going to get all of them. We're really going to get all of them into this business, into this creating wealth opportunity that is so absolutely mind-boggling. So for those who are waiting, I agree with Carol. Don't wait. And I'd say don't wait because not just for the money, but I say don't wait because it's you who want to change lives. You are the one who will be the bridge for people to change their lives. You want to change as many people's lives as possible. And so waiting is just not a good option for that. Move now. To see is to believe is a wrong philosophy. We'd rather believe than believe first and then you will see. That's what I teach my team. Believe first. We believe in David Martin. We believe in Jenny. We believe in me. We believe in God. Let's go and do it, and then it will just happen. You can already see it in preview. I'm just looking, Stephen, beyond 2.0. If 2.0 is like this after 6 months of 1.0, can you imagine what 3.0 will be, or 4.0? My goodness. I'm just more excited than you can ever imagine. The first time I cried, I'm still crying now, but I am deep in my heart. I know, I do not think, I know that this will change people's lives, and for the better in many, many ways. And the two ways are financial and educational. Let's get all the children. My vision is to get everyone in the Philippines studying using smart media education, Harvard quality for the public schools that we have here. My goodness. Anyway, that's enough. Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you so much, David. And we look forward to 3.0 coming up.
Thank you very much, Ricky, and we appreciate you so very much, and I'm certainly looking forward to visiting you and all of our friends there in the Philippines and in visiting in other parts of the world. Very much looking forward to that, and what a wonderful message that you shared. So we really do appreciate you, and please say hello to everyone there for me. Let me introduce you to another gentleman now. Now, this gentleman is over in Malaysia. Now, this gentleman, I'm hoping that he's still in the room. He's a wonderful gentleman. He was with us. He got started with Denise very early in the piece, and he's in Malaysia. He's helping to run meetings in KL there and over in Penang. He's got a group, and as Ricky was mentioning, some of the stories that this gentleman has shared with us of the lives that have been changed in Malaysia as a result of smart media is just incredible. So please welcome our good friend Tahir. Are you there, Tahir?
Loud and clear.
We certainly can, Tahir. It's wonderful to hear you.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Yes, that's absolutely right what you mentioned. First of all, I would like to thank David for doing such an amazing webinar. Every time he has something to share, it actually gives us sleepless nights. So on behalf of my entire team in Malaysia and some of our team members in Pakistan and the Middle East, fantastic, simply fantastic. I mean, just think about this, that when you have a company like Twitter, which has over 300 million people, and Facebook crossing 1 billion people, and so many other great companies out there, and you actually are going to put all of that together under one roof on what we call a homepage page 2.0. From a technical point of view, wow, I have no idea how David does it or how the programming team does it, but hats off to them. Simply genius. Never even heard of a concept like that in the world before, let aside getting it into action and showing it live on a webinar like this. So first of all, hats off to that. And yes, let's talk about lives that we are changing, lives that we will change as we grow in the world. And yes, Stephen, what touched me was when we were doing a presentation in KL with over 100 people listening, and one of the guys just came up on the stage and he was telling us that how he wished he could actually take his mom to eat Subway one of the days, and how he could achieve that through smart media. And just as easy and as simple as it sounds, it was such a heart-touching comment that, you know, after working for 10 hours or 12 hours a day, because that's how aggressively you're building the business in the country and the region, you know, all your tiredness, all your what do you call that, pain that just goes away, because one of the things that drives me is helping people. And as Rick mentioned and our other friends mentioned, as what the company wants is that we want to go out there and help people, but the company can't do it alone, so we're just going to do it collectively together. So yes, the money is awesome. It's just growing and growing, absolutely fantastic. But the fulfillment, because money without fulfillment means nothing, right? So the fulfillment that we get, the lives that we are changing, and the lives that we're going to change over the next couple of years and decades to come, is something that we can look back and nourish about and feel great about. And that's what smart media is offering. And that's all what I would like to contribute, because if I go on and on, I know I respect everyone's time over here, Stephen. There were some wonderful stories, but that's it from my side for now. And thank you for letting me talk on this call. Thank you, Stephen.
Well, thank you very much to hear, and say hello to all our friends there in Malaysia, and thank you for everything that you are doing. We really do value that, and for sharing those words today. Let me introduce you to a couple of more people. There's so many people here in the room. This lady you hear on every webinar, she's got a background as a teacher. She's an author. She certainly doesn't consider herself a salesperson or anything like that, but she's got a phenomenal business that is growing all around the world. Please welcome our good friend from Canada, Anita. Are you there, Anita?
Hi, Stephen. Yes, I am. Gee, thanks so much. I'm really honored to be able to say a few words here. You know, when I listen to David speaking, and I hear him say, I hear you say, David, I hope you're still there, I have to bite my tongue, you know, with that a bit of a little giggle or whatever. It's just so amazing because, as you say, David, you don't have to know the technology behind this. You just have to get in, turn the key, and go. And to hear you speak and to watch you demonstrate this stuff and seeing what you're showing us and knowing how brilliant you are and what a brilliant team you have, I get chills all over, because the more I hear you say I have to bite my tongue, the better I feel, the more I smile, because I know what that means. I know that the goodies are just going to keep coming. So I just want to say thank you. My team is really excited and dedicated, and I've never seen so many big smiles, you know, just knowing what they've got to share with the world. I've just got the best team, and they love you, they love this company, and they love what we're doing. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anita, and we really do appreciate you. And let's now pop over, and this is very early in the morning for this gentleman, so I'm not sure whether he's available or not, but he's working very closely, him and his partner, Dean, in South Africa, and they're doing a phenomenal job. They've got meetings going right across South Africa, once again sharing very powerful stories. Please welcome our good friend Andrew. Are you there, Andrew?
Morning, Stephen. Yes, it's I don't know if everyone can hear me, but it's about 10 to 5 in the morning here in South Africa, and we've been up since 3 with our team. And once again, you know, we hopped onto this webinar 2 weeks ago, and a whole lot of guys in South Africa have hopped on today again, and I'm so pleased they did, because what David showed us again this evening is just a little bit more of the vision of where smart media is going to be going. So, you know, we're just so very privileged to be part of this incredible business, and also I feel very privileged to be able to speak after so many incredible people who already just chatted and given their views on where smart media is going. And you know, even when Dean and I listen to what you guys have to say, we just catch the vision and realize how privileged we are to be in I guess what's going to become a global phenomenon in the next couple of years. And I think really what I wanted to say is just a couple of things personally. Is that Dean and I had dabbled in the industry in one or two other businesses before we found smart media. And to echo, what you said, Stephen, is when we saw smart media, we never ever imagined what it would turn into. We became involved way before, not way before, a good couple of months before version 1 of Homepage Pays even came out. And if I remember, Stephen, I think Dean and I, not being skeptics, but being very cautious after what had happened to us previously, we spoke to you and another mentor of ours, Rick, who chatted earlier, and said, look, what is the integrity of our CEO like? What is this company's track record? And Stephen, I'll never forget what you said to myself and Dean. You said that the more you work with smart media and their crew, and the more you personally start to interact with David Martin, the more impressed you will become, and the more you will realize the integrity of the people that you're dealing with. And I couldn't have imagined how true those words would become as we built our team over the last year. We launched this properly in South Africa, in October last year, and having had the fortune of dealing directly with people like yourself, Stephen, and Rick, and of course David directly in the States, we've just been blown away by the integrity of the people, and I think that is so important, because there's an old saying that goes, I'd rather be in a bad deal with good people than in a good deal with bad people. And really, people, if you're listening to this webinar tonight, if you have found an opportunity where you've got a great deal with phenomenal people, and it's the people that are running this ship that are almost more important than the ship itself, because they're the ones that ultimately will steer it. And to end off with, Stephen, just a little bit of my feeling, and to echo some of the amazing people from around the world have spoken before before you've given me the chance, is that I often tell people here in South Africa that yes, of course, we all want to better our own lives. I've got my own reasons in my personal capacity for running with smart media to improve my life with my family in certain ways. But if you do not have a passion, no matter what your own reasons are privately, I don't think that if we don't have a bigger passion, then the purpose is diminished somewhat. And I firmly believe, like many of the people have spoken before, I firmly believe that in smart media, the average person in this world, like myself, I'm a very, very average person. I'm not going to invent any rockets and fly to the moon and do that sort of thing, but the average person in this world now has the vehicle, the tools, to phenomenally and significantly change lives of people in their community, in their immediate circle of friends, but most importantly, significantly change people's lives around the world that they haven't even met. And I think if we can carry that forward as a group of people, the personal fulfillment that we are going to get is going to be far greater than the money we're going to make, and the money will come as a result of that. And that's what really excites me. The bigger purpose here, the money will come, guys, but we are on the cusp of something so exciting, and so happy and so privileged to be involved with this company and with the people that are leading the way here. So thanks very much for giving me my 5 minutes. I come off so inspired from these webinars and listening to the vision of all these other people. And to those of you that are sitting on the fence and thinking, etc., don't sit, just do. No one was ever rewarded for sitting and doing nothing. So thanks very much, Stephen, for your time, and thanks very much, David, for your vision and what you've given us here.
Well, thank you, Andrew, and Dean, and all of our friends there in South Africa, and the phenomenal job that you were doing. And yeah, look, we're extremely grateful for all the work and everything that you were doing there, and for those words and for being here. Now I want to introduce you to one of our newer members. I'm hoping that he's got a couple of minutes to share with us. He's working very closely with Rick. He's also working No, I can't find him, so he's not here. So he was working closely with Steve, but I cannot see him in the room, so he might have actually had to go. Let me introduce you. There's two more people I'd like to introduce you to, and you've heard them before, but whenever they speak, they always, like, they're doing such wonderful things with our company. The first gentleman's based in New Zealand. Now, this gentleman has helped every member of the company just by setting up helping to set up the magazines and the magazine ordering for Australia and New Zealand members, for example, and he's also looking to do that on a global scale. But so much more than that, what he's doing, they're running their webinars and breakfasts, and he's got a phenomenal business building. So please welcome our good friend Gene from New Zealand. Are you there, Gene?
Yeah, hi Steve and David and everybody else, and boy, all I can say is what more is there to say listening to each and every one of you that have shared your thoughts and your feelings today is just what I would say literally phenomenal. But folks, one thing I would like to share with you all is this, that smart media is, a few years ago, a very amazing guy made a statement. He said, there is nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. I believe smart media is that idea, and I believe its time has come, but there's a little more. And what is more is that it's not only an idea whose time has come, but the people behind it, David and the most wonderful team he has, and each and every one of you that makes it so special, have created something that can be said to be living the dream. And it's because of that I gave up my own my traditional business. I've been doing a lot of speaking around the world, and I've appeared on a lot of TV shows and things, but I've never really, I would say, lived the ultimate dream. But now I know it's here. And the reason I know that is because for the first time ever, my wife and I have decided to look at things very carefully as to where the world is and where it's going. And it's smart media and what David has put together that's made me realize just how important smart media is to the whole global picture. You see, just looking at our own lives, my wife and I are in our mid-60s, so that's young yet, of course. But when you look at the end of that, that means on the low side we've got 20 years to go, on the high side 30 to go, and we're gone. So we need to live the dream now, and to live the dream it means we have to leave a legacy behind, just like my friend Keno did before he died recently, was that person that introduced me to smart media. And so to do that, my wife and I have decided we've not only got rid of our traditional business, we've decided to be not only full-time in smart media, but we went out and bought a luxury motorhome. And we're going to travel around in that motorhome, being online all the time, working and building smart media, letting everybody know. And as David said rightfully when he was showing us today all of the wonderful things in Vision 2.0, it's necessary that we share this with everybody because it's to make the world a better place. You're not going to make the world a better place doing nothing. Doing nothing is not an option. And so I believe the only way to make that difference is to get out there and share the magazine, to share smart media and all of the benefits. And Ricky said so well from the Philippines, and boy, I love the Philippines, lived there for 6 years, and I did a lot of work there. I helped to, I formed the Green Philippines Foundation. I helped to clean up the Esteros there. I was in Rotary. I worked alongside President Ramos, and I know how the Filipinos feel. But let me tell you, the whole world will know the feeling of smart media soon, because now we have the golden opportunity to help everybody live the dream and not die the horrors that a lot of people are seeing in the world with the negative news and the negative stuff. There is nothing negative in the Smart Media magazine. It's great news. It's good news. It's exciting news. And folks, it's time to live the dream. And for each and every one of you that spoke today, I'm blown away. I really am. And David, boy, what a job you've been doing here. And I can tell you, you've certainly turned my life into something special. I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life whether I got 20 or 30 years to go, to making the world a better place alongside of smart media. So it's a golden opportunity for us all. It's just about making a decision. And thank you. You've made a decision for me, that's for sure. And it's been a pleasure. We were quite excited to be the first to bring out the Smart Media magazine. Now look at it, it's everywhere and it's exciting. Can't wait till the second episode comes. But thank you, David. Thank you, Stephen. And all of you that spoke today, you guys are fantastic. I can't think of a better team to be with. Thank you all.
Very much, Gene. We really do appreciate you. And friends, we know it's getting on, but last but certainly not least is a lady who we always love to hear from because she always makes so much sense. This lady has such a knowledge base when it comes to the internet, and you know, she consults to major corporations on putting internet strategies and selling them their ideas, and yet she works very closely with David. She says that she's been looking for someone like David all of her life, or since she's introduced the internet. And obviously you heard Ricky talk about how grateful he was to this lady, Jenny, for introducing him to the business. And so you can just imagine her and Ricky are working very closely to just spread this message all around the world. Please welcome our good friend from Turkey, Jenny. Are you there, Jenny?
I am, Stephen. Can you hear me?
We certainly can, Jenny.
I thank you for that wonderful introduction, and I just feel like this time I know, you know, I'm supposed to be an internet expert and all that other stuff, but this time I would like to speak from my heart. And David, I would like to tell you that there isn't a day that goes by that I don't thank God for you and your company. And I'm not just saying, people use that expression all the time, but I'm saying I pray and thank God several times a day for you and this company. Like Ricky, I also grew up very, very poor. And I wouldn't wish my earlier years on anyone, but in that there is a huge blessing for me. When I was young, if we didn't go to school, we didn't eat, and we didn't get our clothes from the Goodwill. We got them out of the Goodwill dumpster. And I remember getting Lucky Charms at school and picking out the little marshmallows and putting them in my pocket so that I could pretend that I had candy like other kids. And I'm so grateful for that time in my life because it's made me who I am. And it's given me a passion to be able to save other people, other children, other people from that. And 24 years ago, I had a vision about the internet. And it just became a part of me. And I have dedicated my life with so much frustration to try to get people to see the potential of what could be done with the internet. And everything that you're doing is just so on, down to the fact that it's a direct sales, that it's a company that rewards people rather than doing the standard, you know, spending a lot of money on advertising so that you don't have to pay people later, rather than doing that, the whole thing. And I can tell each and every one of you, you can't, David did not even do justice to 2.0. And I'll tell you the reason why, because I can't do justice to anything I create either, because you have it all in your mind and you think you're saying these things that because they're in your mind, and you think you're saying things that you're not saying. If you guys knew, if you guys could see, if you guys could just see what this is and understand what this is, it's so phenomenally huge, you'd never sleep again. And this is going to change the world You know, I have to say that I don't know God's plan for the future, but I feel with every fiber in my being that this will be the biggest impact on mankind that's ever happened from a business standpoint of any company that's ever released any product. This will have the biggest impact. And I am so grateful that God allowed me to be a part of this. I have been in this industry for 26 years. I have worked with the idea that this industry could change people's lives. It was a way to set them free. But never once was there ever a product in all those 26 years that I felt could change people's lives. And not once in those 26 years was it a company that I felt like any person that I come across on the streets could be successful in. You know, when you look, you know, as a consultant and I break down businesses and I present things for people, what I have to do is I have to compare. I can't just go, this will be great. Okay, I can't just say this will be great. I've got to provide facts and I've got to provide details and statistics and all this other stuff. And one of the things that you do is you do comparisons of what's already there. So if, for example, a car that gets 50 miles per hour sells this many cars, then you know that if you come out with a car that gets 100 miles, sorry, I know I messed that up, but you know you get what I'm saying, 100 miles per gallon is going to sell at least as many cars. You don't know how many cars it's going to sell, but you know it's going to sell at least as many as the predecessor. Now, when you look at this, and trust me, I've looked at this, and I've seen things, and David was showing just all kinds of stuff, and it's like every time I look at this, I'm just so absolutely blown away. Whenever I look at this, we can look at everything that's online now. Nothing is better. This is everything that's good about the internet, 1,000 times better, but all in one place. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. When you start messing with it, it's like David said, you can't really just, you know, you can't it's like your car. You just don't know how it's going to, you don't need to know how it works. It's just, when you start using it, you'll just be so blown away. It's so much better than anything else out there. And I want to share one analytical business point of view for you that a lot of people, some experts, but a lot of people just don't get this. The most valuable company on earth right now is Apple. And a lot of people think, oh, because people like the iPhone. Well, that's actually silly. Or people like their MP3 players. Well, that's silly because they're not the only ones that make them. And in fact, I've had, you know, their iPhone, their most expensive iPhones and iPads and iPods and all this other stuff, and they're not even by far the best. But the reason that they are the most valuable company is not for their products, but because of iTunes. iTunes is why people buy those products that cost 4 and 5 times as much, while stores sell them when they make 4 or 5 times less per sale. It's because of iTunes. Because iTunes brings everything to one place. It gives them their music and their this and their this, and they can't get that with these other products. They can't use iTunes with these other products. This is so much bigger, I cannot tell you. And I would bet anyone, every single bit of money that I make, every single bit of money that I have, that this will be the biggest company the world has ever seen. Now, you know, I don't know the future as far as will something come up later that, you know, like will somebody create a car that runs off of water or something like that. I'm not discounting that something else might come along later, but this is, I just feel it with every fiber of my being, with all my years as an expert in this industry and watching this and being a part of the side of the internet that very few people know, very few people see, and very few people understand. This is going to change the world, and not only that, I also bet you that even I and even David are going to be blown away by what actually happens. This is something that, just like Gene said, Gene, we're right on the same page. Gave up his business, his successful business, to focus solely on this. And this is what you need to see about this company. It's bigger than anything. And you know what? None of those companies gave you the opportunity to be a part of it. I can't think of a dollar amount that I wouldn't pay. I paid $400 to join Smart Media, but I can't think of a dollar amount that I wouldn't pay for Smart Media. Now, I'm incredibly grateful that it's $125 to $400, because that means, because I realize that I'm very privileged, and if it was that much, if it was as high as I would pay, then that means fewer people would be in it, which means I would make more money, but that's not what I'm about. I'm grateful that the price is lower, because it means that people in my country and people in Ricky's country get the opportunity to be a part of this, to get the opportunity to literally own a piece of this, their own piece of this. And I am so incredibly grateful for that. And I believe that if anything has a chance of changing the Philippines from its third world situation, I believe that it's this. And not only in that, you have to realize that in many countries around the world that aren't third world countries, they don't have to make thousands of dollars a month, even thousands of dollars a month, to change their lives. In some countries that are not third world countries, $500 a month would change people's lives. And the potential for that is so easy here. And I am so grateful to be a part of something, to be able to make my living. Because before, it's like I look at making my living as a way for me to do good in the world. So I'm going to make my living. It's been separate from doing good in the world. And I know Ricky can say the exact same thing. We've got our humanitarian work, and then we have our work, and they're separate. And we hope that we prosper in our work so that we can make lots of money, so that we can help our humanitarian work. And here we get to do it together, all with one thing. It's not separate. And I am just so truly grateful to be a part of that. And I wish that for each and every person on this call, that I could somehow hook you to my brain and get you to see the vision that I have, and get you to see this. You'd never sleep again. You'd never do anything else. You'd focus all your time on this. And I'm just hoping that David doesn't schedule the release of 2.0 on a holiday, because I work on this all the time. I'm sponsoring all the time. But when 2.0 releases, it's a whole different story, and that means spending every second of every day and not sleeping and getting this in the hands of every single person on earth, where I don't need to explain it, they just get it, and that's perfect that that magazine's up there. You're going to want to have a lot of those, because when 2.0 is released, it's just going to be a lay down. All you're going to have to do is give it to people, because they'll be able to see for themselves. We won't have to explain to them. They'll be able to see for themselves and go, oh my God, this is better than anything. Not only is it better than anything, but we actually reward them for being online in a safe family environment. You know, I have a Facebook account, and the only reason I have a Facebook account is because I do like to play games. I don't do it a lot, but it's good for your mind and stress and relaxation and stuff like that. And I'm to the point on my favorite game that I can't play it anymore. And the reason that I can't play it anymore is because a full 10% on a slow day of those pictures are all so graphically pornographic that I just can't go there anymore. We're providing something that doesn't exist, and people think it does, but it doesn't exist. It's so much better. It's life-changing, and you get to say, you know, in 3, 4, 5 years, yes, I was a part of that. I was a part of that. I helped spread the word, even if you just told one person. Even if you just told one person. Please, please listen to what I'm telling you. I have to calculate the math and figure that most of you people are not in my downline. And so you have to think, why am I telling you this? What do I have to gain? David doesn't pay me. I donate everything to David, okay? I am a distributor like you are. Yes, I'm a consultant, but David, I give him everything, okay? I do not charge him anything. What reason do I have to tell you what I'm telling you? Unless it's something that I believe is true. I've got no reason to lie to you. It's not going to benefit me if you join or if you pay, or it's not going to benefit me. All my people are already paid. They're already in. Please, if you don't get it, keep coming back to these calls until you get it. Pray on it. Do whatever you have to do. Please don't miss this opportunity, because right now it's really easy. But as 2.0 is released and more people come into this, it's going to get harder. Not harder to make money, but it's going to, the amount of effort that we put in now for the return is just so vast, where later it's going to take more effort, because you're going to go to your friends and you're going to go to your family and you're going to go to people on the street, and they're going to say, yeah, I'm already in. And that's what I mean. So seize this opportunity. If at the very most, just keep sending emails to people. Just keep talking to them about it. If they say, I'm not interested, say, that's great. But I know you're going to join this, and all I ask you is just please keep me in mind. I want to keep you posted on this, so that when you do decide, that you decide at the very best time for you, and that you have the most up-to-date information. Thank you, Stephen, for letting me talk.
Thank you very much, Jenny. We really do appreciate you and that message. And look, there's certainly, friends, for each and every one of you that have been able to stay here for the whole meeting, thank you very much for your time. Certainly hope you got value from it. And look, the only thing I can go back to is my earlier message. What will happen when 2.0 is released, as Jenny was just saying then, and as you've heard from everyone else? I don't think there's any shadow of a doubt about what will happen. And it just comes back to your time right now, leading all the time up until it is released, is an opportunity for you to go out and make a difference. And you do that just by giving out the magazine. You can give out the printed copies of the magazine, you can give out the digital copies of the magazine, and then anyone who has any questions, you just send them to your Go Smart Media website. It really is that simple, friends. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. Huge amount of gratitude to all of the people who contributed to this meeting, and to David for giving up his valuable time. We certainly do appreciate it. And stay right up to date with the company updates. Come to our weekly webinars, where we've got webinars happening right throughout the week, where we'll always share the most up-to-date information. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and let's go out and share smart media with everyone we know by handing out that magazine. Bye for now, everyone.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.